Diagnosis of depression is a very hindering condition that affects many people, old and young, around the world. It is caused by a chemical imbalance in the brain that makes it so the chemicals dopamine and serotonin are lost when trying to move from one synapse to another. This means that the actual chemicals that make you happy are not working properly, so it is very hard to be happy. Depression can also be triggered during stressful events such as the loss of a family member or even getting laid off of a job. You can be affected by depression whether you're old, young, or even after you've had a child recently, which is known as postpartum depression. Now, while there is certainly ways to fix it already, such as doctors and therapists, depression can be sneaky, as you may even have depression and show signs of it without even knowing you're depressed. In an HBO documentary titled My Depression, The Ups and Downs of It, famous composer Elizabeth Swallows talks about her journey with depression and how it feels to have depression. She says that depression feels like a cloud that always follows her around and was relentless in making her feel down. She also says that there were some times that the cloud went away and she felt alright, however, it was more of a presence every day than it wasn't. She says that it affected every part of her life, from fearing her friends thought poorly about her to even at one point thinking about suicide. The biggest issue with depression is the threat of suicide that is paired with it. Suicide is the act of taking one's own life by killing themselves. The chances of someone committing suicide is astronomically higher with someone with depression than it is without depression, as it can make life seem meaningless. Another big issue with depression is that it is not correctly shown to younger people, such as children and teenagers. My solution to getting depression across to those people is by using a character from the Super Mario Bros. Series, a series that almost everyone in the world knows. Who is this character? Waluigi. Now, who is Waluigi? Waluigi is a recurring character in the Mario Bros. Video game series who exhibits signs of having clinical depression. My idea is a toy that combines the world popular Tamagotchi series with Waluigi in a product I call Walugachi. In Walugachi, you look after a virtual pet version of the famous character. You can take him to parks, even go-karting with him. The only catch is, he has depression, and you have to make sure you can correctly deal with it. One of the ways to do this would be to talk to him and try to let him vent his problems to you. Another would be to bring him to Dr. Luigi and get him properly medicated for his depression. The caveat here is that if you fail to properly address his depression, he may take his own life. Now, some people may be confused at this. Some would be straight up angry. However, if you look at the effects of depression in children and adults alike, you'll see why this has to be done. One of the biggest reasons depression goes untreated is because people feel guilty about being depressed because they are seen as outliers of society. If this kind of toy would become popular among children, it would spread knowledge of depression across the world by storm. Children would understand that they need help if they ever feel depressed, and even parents of kids with this toy would see how to recognize depression in their kids. It would make it extremely less taboo in the world, and it would make it more researchable as well, as more people would be less afraid of getting it treated by a professional. As we learn, the use of toys and games by children is essential in their growth. So by using a toy that accentuates the issues with depression, that would be something that sticks with them their entire life.